Hey y'all, I actually just recorded a video. That one's probably gonna drop before this one, but this is going to be a story time. As y'all can see by the freaking title, this story time is crazy. I know you're probably looking at the title like, girl, what the heck did you do? Yes, you heard it right, girl. I literally fought his like mom. I fought his mom, and it wasn't even like, I don't even want to give any spoilers. I'm just gonna tell the story how it goes. My love life is horrible, and this is when I was in high school. Like, my love life has been horrible. Like, the weirdest things happened to me, the most randomest and craziest things happened to me. I didn't deserve that. I really did not deserve that though. Like, I did not deserve for her to do that to me. But I'm gonna tell the story, and yeah, I'm gonna get into the story. So it all started when I was in, I believe I was in 11th grade. I met this guy on Facebook. Thing about it is, like, St. Pete, if you know, if I don't know if I have any subscribers that's like from St. Pete, but if you know, St. Pete is super small. Everybody was just on Facebook. Like, Facebook is a very popular thing in St. Pete. It's like St. Pete's Instagram. Like, there used to be these things on Facebook when it's like my post and I'm gonna inbox you. Like, it was like a to be honest or something of that nature. That's how me and him met. We started talking on Facebook Messenger. Literally, when me and him started talking, I kind of was in a relationship. I know. Not too much on your girl. I was young. Okay, I was young. The relationship that I was in, I was kind of at a place where I was like not happy with my boyfriend, and things just weren't like that great. So I liked him, but it wasn't like a real relationship. It was just like, I don't know, it's just like like a fling, you know. I was trying to break it off with him, but he did not want to break it off, and I was just like, dude, like, I don't want to be with you anymore. So I started talking to the guy, and we're gonna call him Jerome. We're gonna call him Jerome. The guy that is the like main character in the story time, whose mom I fought, we're gonna call him fucking Jerome. Me and Jerome, when we first started talking, I wasn't really interested in him because I had a boyfriend, and I'm the type of person, like, when I'm in a relationship with somebody, all I see is them. So it's just like, yeah, I was talking, but in my mind it was just like, okay, he's my friend, we're just gonna chop it up, you know. But it's just like, I kind of don't want to be in a relationship no more. So if I want to make friends, I'm gonna make friends. Everything was cool, and I should have noticed, bro, but he was literally like love bombing me times 10. And it's so crazy because now that I've dealt with so many narcissists after the fact, and I've became familiar with like how narcissists act, this nigga was really love bombing me, and I didn't even know what the love bombing was. I didn't even know what the term was. I just found out what love bombing was like literally like a year or two ago. Basically, yeah, he was like love bombing me. Very attractive, dark skin, super fine. He was hood though, y'all. He was a hood nigga. I was in my hood nigga era. I was like, oh, I love me a hood nigga. They was fun of me. I was young. I was just living my life. So your girl ain't have a clue. I was kind of overwhelmed by the love bombing, so I was just like, okay, you're coming on really strong, but I'm gonna continue to talk to you just to see where it goes, because I was naive. And I didn't think I would get serious with him. I just thought it was gonna be a friendship thing. I'm gonna get out of tea in the story time. And the dude just kept chopping it up. He was my friend in my eyes, but he was trying so hard to get me, y'all. Like, trying so hard. Telling me everything, not even that I want to hear, but he was just telling me like, oh girl, I'll do this for you. I'll buy you this. I got this amount of money. I'll do this. And I was like, okay, like, I don't care, but you're cute, so let's talk. One thing leads to another. Me and my boyfriend end up kind of like, I'm just kind of like, I want out of this relationship. Me and the other guy end up, you know, like talking more and more and more. And the guy was like, oh, like, where do you go to school at? So I told him where I go to school at. And he was like, oh my God, like, I live near there. And I was like, whoa, for real? Like, that's crazy. He was like, you should like come see me sometime. And I was like, oh, for real? And then in that time period of my life, like in high school, y'all, I used to skip. Like, I used to skip class like crazy because I have ADHD. So I cannot sit in a classroom for more than fucking 45 minutes. But the thing is, I'm so smart. I would just feel like I'm too smart. Like, I'm just like, why am I here? I already know the stuff. I just want to be interested in a lot of things, unless it was like writing, because I'm really good at writing, or reading. Math, I was really good at math too. So I skip class, and I was like, you know what? We should link up. Like, I'll skip class, I'll skip school, and I would skip school a lot of times to go buy food. One day, it was the very first time that we met. So it was a trail next to the high school, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna meet you on a trail. So we ended up meeting up on a trail. He was very attractive in person. I thought, tall, chocolate, had a fade, super attractive, nice eyebrows, pretty long lashes, very attractive, dark skinned man. So fine. Like when we met, we connected. Like we were just alike. He was like the male version of me. That's what it felt like. Our first link up goes marvelous. Literally at that point, I'm just like, I'm really into you. Literally, he was like, hey, do you want to come back to my house? And I think we discussed that, like, when we discussed linking up for the first time. He was like, you can come back to my house. I was like, for real? I was like your mom is gonna allow you to bring a girl back to your house? And he was like, yeah, she don't care. In my mind, I'm like, okay. So then we end up going back to his house. This man, when we get back to his house, I started to see him getting like, not fidgety, but I think we had noticed that there was a car. There was a car there. And there was not supposed to be a car there. I guess when he left his house originally, his mom was gone. But by the time we walked back, she was there. So once he seen the car, when we were at the end of the street, he could see the car in the driveway. He was like, uh-oh. I'm looking at him like, what's the problem? Like, let's keep walking. And he was like, oh, we probably gonna have to, like, you know, sneak into the house because my mom is here. And I'm like, nigga, what? You literally told me you are allowed to have people in your house. Now you had me walk all this way with you and we gotta sneak into your house. And she's here. So I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So I was just like, you know, I done walked all this way. Let's see. He was like, you know what? We're just gonna wait for her to leave. And then we're gonna go into the house. So we literally stood and waited in his backyard while he was on the lookout the whole time waiting for her to leave. When she finally leaves, we get inside of the house and we're just chilling, like we're just talking, getting to know each other. Nothing crazy. We're just chilling, getting to know each other. I already told him I was in a relationship, but I was like, you know, I'm in a relationship with somebody. I really don't want to be with him anymore. And I would like to pursue things with you, but before I do that, I have to end things with him. And he was more so just trying to get me to just like leave him and just automatically come with him. But I was letting him know, like, if I'm gonna do that, I have to do it right, because I have a conscience and I'm not gonna sit here and break somebody's heart. I don't feel good hurting people, so I'm like, I have to tell him the right way. Like, basically, he was very pushy. Back then I was so young, so I was just so caught up in how good he looked, and I was just so excited that I just wasn't really thinking for real. If I was doing that again, I would have definitely acted different right now, the person I am now, than I was back then. Like, literally forced me to break it off with the guy. It's like amping it up, like, you know what, because him and the guy actually, and I ended up finding out, him and the guy actually weren't cool with each other. Like, once he found out who my boyfriend was, he was like, oh yeah, you definitely got to break up with him because I don't like him. So he was using it, he was looking at it from an aspect of like, yeah, I'm finna take this nigga bitch. I didn't even clocking it. Like, I didn't even realize. I'm just thinking like, oh wow, like, you know, like, he's so fine. Oh my god, like, ooh la la. This nigga was really using me to get, like, to rub that shit in that nigga face. He ended up kind of like subbing dude and being shady towards the dude. Texted the dude off my phone like, yeah, I got Toya, I got your girlfriend. Literally took a picture of me and him, sent it to him, and then him and my boyfriend had got into it. And I had just told him, like, I'm so sorry, but I have to end it. Like, so that's basically what happened with that. I ended up breaking up with my boyfriend, and I was like, okay, I'm going to pursue things with him. And the crazy thing about it is, y'all, how you get them is how you lose them. And after that situation happened later on, y'all, I told myself I would never handle situations like that ever again. If I ever felt the need to break up with somebody and I'm interested in somebody else, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm not going to sit here and do anything shady or allow anything shady to be done or not do things the right way and give people the closure that they need, because karma is very much so real and everything came back on me. Me and Jerome, everything's going good. After that one link up, you know how they say, like, one link up you have that goes super well with that person, it's like after that y'all link up every day. But that's how it was. Me and him was linking up every single day, y'all. Literally every day. One particular time, I had these two female friends. Well, they was cool. They wasn't really my friends, but they were two girls I was cool with. Jerome had a friend, and we're going to call his friend Sean. We were texting. I was like, oh, I have some friends with me. I'm going to call her 𝐂𝐿 and Janae. I have my friends with me, Janae and 𝐂𝐿. And he was like, okay, well, I have my friend with me, Sean. Y'all can come to my house and we can all just, like, you know, like, smoke. Because at the time I did smoke. And we can all drink, you know, and just vibe, you know, chill. Girls, my man said we can come to his house and smoke and drink, y'all. Let's skip school and just leave. So we ended up leaving. We met them and we all walked back to his house. Now, at this time, everything is going cool. There wasn't no cars in the driveway. Everything was good. They're literally there for probably like 10 to 15 minutes, right? I don't know what made this lady come back home, but it was so crazy because he would tell me, like, she never comes home like this. But it's like every time I bring somebody to the house, she's coming. He actually had his aunt living there with him too. And I think she like lived in the back of the house. The very first time I went to his house, she wasn't there. The time when me and my friends had went to his house and we had walked back with him and Sean, with Jerome and Sean, his aunt was there and she saw us and she basically told Jerome like, boy, you better be careful. Like she didn't give off the vibe that she was gonna snitch on him. She kind of just laughed about it. Like, boy, like, you know you ain't supposed to have nobody in that lady house. That's what she had said to him. But the way she said it, she was saying it like in a jokingly way. Like you wouldn't think like, oh yeah, she's gonna go tell the mom. So next thing you know, we're there for like 10-15 minutes. We're thinking everything's sweet, everything's cool, everything's cake. But we're all in his room. Next thing you know, his mom comes to the door, busts through the door, and we're like, what the f? She busts through the front door, busts in the room. She's like, Jerome, why you got these people in my house? And we're like, what the fuck? First thing she does, she jacks him up and she starts hitting him. So we're literally seeing this man get whooped, fucking beat in front of us. Like, and I'm just like, I'm embarrassed. I'm like, nigga, you're my man. And my fucking friends are here. My friends are here. Your friend is here. And you're just getting beat by your fucking mom. Not gonna lie, she had every right to do that because I would be pissed if somebody brought random people into my fucking house. She's like, y'all get the fuck out of my house. Every single last one of y'all. So literally, all of us are like walking outside of his room door. And as each one of us walk out of the room door, she slaps us. She slaps us all on the back of the head. But guess who she slapped the hardest, y'all? Me. She didn't even know that I was a girlfriend. It's 3 girls, 2 guys. The reason why she slapped me so hard is because I was the last person to walk out. Everybody got slapped on the back of their head, but I think I got slapped like 3 times. Like, she hit me like a couple times, bro, and I was like, what the fuck? But the only thing I could do was laugh. Like, everybody was laughing. It was just like, what the fuck? Mind y'all, my boyfriend, well, Jerome, he was like a jailbird, so he stayed in jail. Like, he was in and out of jail so much. In and out in jail as much as like he changed his fucking underwear. Like I'm gonna call the cops on you. Since you want to bring people to my house, I'm gonna call the cops on you. Leave my house and don't come back. And if you come back, and she was like, oh, if we come back, like us, the girls, if any one of us come back, we're gonna get trespassed. He was embarrassed as fuck. Like, he couldn't even say much. He was kicked out of the house for a couple days, and I felt so bad for him. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be with you. I'm gonna stick with you. Do this so you don't have to be alone. And his friends, granted, were there, but like they could help him a little bit, but he was kind of on his own. You know what? I'm gonna be a good girlfriend and I'm gonna be there with you and I'm gonna support you. So me and him was just walking around. I didn't have a car this time, y'all. I was mad young. We were all young. None of us had a car. We had nothing. We were kids. Him, we went and got food. I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it. You know, I was just really being there for him. He was opening up to me, telling me about his life, what he'd been through, and we really were getting closer. And then the next time I had seen him again, he was back home with his mom. He invited me over again. This time I was hesitant because I'm like, she literally just found us, all of us, and she was like, if y'all come back, it's gonna be some shit. Something was telling me, don't go, don't do it, don't do it. I had bad feelings the whole time. I'm like, she's gonna pull up again, she's gonna pull up again, she's gonna pull up again. Like, when I tell y'all, my intuition was telling me. So this time I go again.
You're a dummy, bitch. You're a dummy, bitch. You're a dummy, bitch.
And we walked back to his house again. This time he showed me around the house. You know, I get to tour it and stuff. We're chopping it up. His aunt is there again. He started to put 2 and 2 together. He was like, she's the reason why that happened. She went back and told my mom that we was there. Because he's like, how did she just know to bust through the door and be like, y'all get out of my house? You know? And I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? You're so right. That aunt that we thought, like, we were so oblivious to the fact that, oh yeah, she wouldn't do that, or she's chill, like she don't care. It was really her the whole freaking time. This time we're getting a little touchy feely. Mind y'all, at this time I think I'm like 16, 17. We were intimate, like we didn't have intercourse, but we were, you know, touching each other. That was my man. So we were just cuddling, touching each other, you know. I had put my underwear down a little bit. Y'all, His underwear was off. We're under the covers, y'all. We were kissing, you know, all that stuff. Touching each other. Tell me why this nigga mama bust in again. She like,
Jerome, didn't I tell you not to bring them girls back to my house?
this time I'm fucked. Cause not only is my panties off, his pants off, his underwear is off. And not only is it not 3 girls or like a whole group of people, it's just me and him. So now she knows I'm the girlfriend. I'm gonna get the worst of it. But this time, it's gonna be worse. Y'all, this lady came in the room, snatched the covers off. When I tell you I ain't ever pulled out my panties so motherfucking fast, bitch, I'm like, damn, like you trying to expose me. She literally pulled out her phone. Oh, she's like, I'm finna put you on Facebook. I don't even think the lady knew how to record, y'all. She put the phone on me though, like she was recording. I'm like, oh my God, my heart sunk when she said she was finna record. She started getting the phone out. I was like, oh my God. God, please take me, because I cannot take the embarrassment of having Facebook be on my ass for me being hot in the ass. Because it's going to look like I was doing something, but I really wasn't. Even though I was just touching and feeling, it could have been worse, because I could have been fucking that man. But I wasn't, because I was a good girl back then. As I'm getting up, I'm trying to hide from the camera. As I'm getting up to just walk out of the house, I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to stay in here. You want me to leave? I was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. I was like, man, I can't leave. I'm saying sorry. I'm like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Like, she was like, didn't I tell you not to come back in my house? And you gonna come back in my house? Didn't I tell you not to come back in my house? I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This can't be real life right now. This can't be real. I'm like, God, please. I'm like, Donald Trump, save me.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you. Please save me. Please save me. Please get these people away from me.
Like, Donald Trump, please, Donald Trump, save me. Somebody, please, save me. Getting out the bed, he just sitting there like a dummy. I don't blame him though, because last time he got beat. He got his ass tore up. He got his ass tore the fuck up and kicked out. So he was like, He was like, I'm usually with you when you're right, but baby, he ain't right, so I ain't with you. Because I ain't getting kicked out again. So I ain't gonna lie, he left me for that, low-key. He don't want a part 2. So he was like, Toya, you're on your own. So I'm just like, fuck, man. This is it, bro. Like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I'm trying to get my ass out. As I start to think that it's over and I'm able to get the fuck away, this lady starts to hit me. You know, she's pulling my hair. Pulling my hair like crazy. Mind you, the whole time, I'm literally apologizing to her like, ma'am, you're so right. I shouldn't have been in your house. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna leave. I'm like, respectful, because at the end of the day, you're right, it's your house. I just feel like she didn't have to put her hands on me. I would have been better off with you calling the damn cops. Don't put your hands on me. My person, like, once you start pulling my hair and I started to feel my hair get messed up, bitch, that's a whole different level of rage. Get up off me! The whole time I'm keeping my composure. I'm like, I'm not finna put my hands on this lady, because at the end of the day, it's her house. She's right. I shouldn't have been in there. So who am I to sit here and challenge her in her house? And I'm like, you know what? You not letting me get out your house. I'm trying to leave. You just trying to beat on me like I'm a fucking punching bag. Bitch, I'm finna fuck your old ass up. Next thing you know, bruh. Next thing you know, I'm like, fuck that, bro. All my morals, all that shit go out the window. All that respect your elder shit go out the window. I start two-piecing her. I start going in her shit. Because, bitch, you got me fucked up. Let me go, bitch. And I don't mean to call her bitch, but this shit got me heated. Because, bitch, why'd you put your hands on me? Like, what's wrong with you? And she finally let me go. Next thing you know, bruh, I'm getting the best of her. Like, damn, Toy, like, you can't be doing this. You punching on this lady in her house. She's going to call the cops on you. The only thing that's in my mind as I'm starting to, like, start hitting her, like, I'm hitting her back, it's like, she's gonna call the cops. She's gonna call the cops. You're gonna go to jail. She's gonna call the cops. You're gonna go to jail. I stopped fighting her. Soon as I stopped hitting her, bro, this bitch get me in a chokehold. This lady had me in a yoke. She had me in a chokehold, bruh. This lady proceeds to have me in a chokehold, bro. And I could not breathe. I'm tapping her like, let me go. Because I'm thinking I'm about to die, bruh. At this point, I'm like, man, I don't even want to fight you no more, because if I beat your ass, you're going to call the cops. So please just let me go, please. I'm like, if she calls the cops on him, she's going to call the cops on me. I'm nothing to her. I'm nobody to her. I'm not her family member. I'm no kin to her. If I put my hands on this lady and really do damage to this lady, I'm going to jail. So I'm like, I'm not finna fight this lady back. I could have fucked her up, y'all. I really could. She was shorter than me. I could have fucked her up. But I'm like, I'm not finna put myself in that position. Plus, I'm in her house. At the end of the day, I'm in her house. I should have been in her house. She could easily treat me as a fucking intruder, and that's my ass. I'm like, you know what? I'm just have to take this shit to the chin. I'm gonna have to take the chokehold to the chin and just have to not breathe for a minute or two and get my ass up out this motherfucking house and get up on my way. But I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was just like, there's no way I just fought his fucking mother. To top it all off, y'all, on my way walking back to school down the street from their house, she proceeds to come out of the door and say, oh, and why you coming here sneaking in the house for him? He got another girl pregnant. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, what? Because literally, as I'm going to school, there's people that go to my school and they know him. And there was some rumors going around about him getting this girl pregnant that I knew, we was in the same grade and everything. Like, I had classes with her and everything. And I remember when she found out me and him was dealing with each other, she had came to me and was like, oh yeah, like I'm pregnant with his baby. Like, she was pregnant. She was like, it's his. I asked him about it. He lied and he said, that's not his baby. I was saying she crazy. You know the good old, she's crazy, she's delusional. That's not my baby, this, that, and the third. He had his friends backing him up and everything. Everybody was saying that's not his kid, that's not his kid. Because at the end of the day, they were never a thing. It was never like they were a full-blown thing. It was just like at that point in time, the only thing that would have proved that was his kid was a DNA test, basically. But like everybody around him didn't think that was his kid either. And plus, that girl was just known for being like, you know, easy. So I really didn't know what the truth was. So when she came to me and said that, I was listening to her. Like, I ain't had no problem with it. I heard what she said. I just brought it back to him. And he was just like, nah, this shit not true. And then he had people like backing him up. So I was just like, oh shit, that ain't my business. So I made sure I never was intimate with him though. So it's never my loss because I ain't never hunch on him. But it could have been worse than what it was. I'm just glad I ain't put myself in a position to get pregnant by him or fuck him. So I'm like, that's it. That's it. So after that, me and that boy's relationship just started to go downhill because I'm like, I'm not coming to that house ever again. He was a narcissist. So if you know how narcissists are, it's just like once they don't get their way anymore, they're done with you. So I just stopped putting up with his shit. And I was just like, no, like, you didn't give a fuck about me. Literally, she was doing all that stuff to me. I understand you were trying to save yourself, but at the end of the day, I'm a fucking girl. As a man, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you literally brought me into that, begging and pleading for me to come back to the fucking house. Literally. Of course, I could take responsibility. He didn't have a gun to my head. But it's like, nigga, you know what your house situation is. You know your mom's schedule at work. You know she like to come home frequently. You know you got your aunt there that likes to go fucking snitch every motherfucking chance she get. Why put me in that position to come there taking a risk just so you can get some alone time with me? And that was just that. Like, it was just crazy. It was also crazy too because the lady ended up coming to my fucking school and she ended up telling the principal. The principal ended up getting in touch with my parents, telling my parents like, yeah, your daughter has been skipping school. And basically my parents, when they found out, they were upset. It really just ended in us talking. And my parents were very disappointed in me. They were just like, Toya, I'm very disappointed in you. I've never done anything like that before. Like, yeah, I would skip and stuff, but I never skipped to go see a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would skip to eat food, go get food, you know, or go hang out with my friends, shit like that. But I would never skip to go see a guy. I'm older now, so I can look back at it and laugh. Even back then, though, me being as young as I did, I didn't feel like, oh, she's wrong, she's wrong, she's wrong. I felt like she would, like, in that moment, I was like, damn, she was kind of wrong for putting her hands on me, but I get it because I'm in her house. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the story time. Hopefully y'all really enjoyed this video. I feel like this is probably one of the best story times I did so far, besides the DL one. Honestly, if there's ever a time when a guy, and this is all my women, when there's ever a time that a guy puts you in a place to where you're jeopardizing your freedom, you're putting your freedom on the line, you're putting your safety on the line, he does not care about you. And that's first and foremost. I learned that, and I'm glad that after that situation happened, I cut all ties and I did not look back. And even now, even up until now, even last year, he's tried to reach out to me and I just don't even like. But it's just like, you know, you just really got to set boundaries, and it's just all about having healthy boundaries and just knowing when you need to take somebody serious and when you shouldn't, when you need to cut somebody off and when you shouldn't. If you don't give a fuck about yourself, why would you care about me? He was in and out of jail, y'all. Yeah, but I hope you guys really like this video. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all turn on post notifications for future videos. I love you all so much. Make sure y'all stay safe and y'all stay blessed. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!